Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Saturday, 21st September. Sorry about missing yesterday, I was violently hungover. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering the New Zealand pilot has been freed in Indonesia's West Papua. The US soldier who fled to North Korea has pled guilty. And US Secret Service admit failings amid Trump rally shooting. So firstly, New Zealand pilot Philip Meertens was released from West Papua insurgents more than 18 months after being kidnapped while working for Indonesian airline Susi Air. He was abducted by rebels from the West Papua Liberation Army on the 7th of February 2022, where they also set fire to his plane and released 5 passengers. He was handed over to the Kartens Peace Task Force, a joint Indonesian security force dealing with separatist groups in the Papua region, and was found to be in good health. His release was confirmed by New Zealand Foreign Minister Winston Peters, who expressed relief for Meertens' family and friends. His abduction was part of the group's broader campaign for Papuan independence, with the rebels demanding that Indonesia recognise Papuan independence in exchange for his release. His captivity included sporadic video appearances under duress. His release was the result of intense diplomatic efforts between New Zealand and Indonesia during his 592-day ordeal. Meertens played a critical role in providing air links and supplies to remote communities in the region. His release highlights the complex and dangerous situation faced by foreign nationals working in areas in Indonesia's Papua region. So what? This is a good result for New Zealand, being able to secure his release. While it is unclear if the country has made any concessions, it is likely that they will be doing something for the group. However, it is highly unlikely that this will go so far as face at recognising their claim of independence in the region. It is more likely that New Zealand has agreed to support the group in pressuring Indonesia into giving the region more autonomy, possibly with the goal of it becoming a self-governing region, something that can be seen in other places around the world. And next, US Army Private Travis King, who crossed into North Korea in July 2023 after leaving his post in South Korea, was released by a Texas court after pleading guilty to 5 of the 14 charges, including desertion, assault of a non-commissioned officer, and disobeying a direct order. King, who had been sentenced to a year confinement, was freed due to time served in pretrial detention and good behaviour. His lawyer highlighted King's challenging background, including a difficult upbringing, exposure to criminal environments, and struggles with his mental health, which compounded his hardships in the military. King also received a dishonourable discharge as part of this sentence. King's desertion followed a tough period for him in South Korea, where he was arrested after a bar fight and had served time in a South Korean jail. Instead of returning to Texas to face a disciplinary hearing, King joined a tour group at the DMZ and crossed into North Korea, where he was detained. North Korea initially claimed King had fled to escape mistreatment and racial discrimination in the US Army, but later expelled him for illegally intruding. Following negotiations, King pled guilty to 5 charges, and the remaining 9 were dropped. Stop. Prosecutor Major Montgomery described the court-martial outcome as a fair result of the severity of King's offences. So what? This is a very strange case, and it seems like a reasonably light sentence for what was a serious international incident. It seems likely that there may have been some serious mental health challenges playing a part at the time of his desertion, which likely led to such a light sentence. And I hope he now gets the help he needs. And lastly, a US Secret Service investigation revealed significant communication gaps and a lack of diligence in the lead up to the assassination attempt on Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump at the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania in July 2024. A gunman fired 8 rounds, one of which grazed Trump's ear before being killed by a Secret Service sniper. The review found deficiencies in planning, communication, including poor coordination with local law enforcement, over-reliance on mobile devices that led to siloed information, and failure to relay critical intelligence about a suspicious individual on a rooftop. These failings hindered the response, with Trump's protection detail unaware of the imminent threat. The report attributed the security breaches to organizational and communication failures between the Secret Service and local police, who were operating on 2 different radio frequencies. A roof identified as a potential threat location was inadequately monitored, with tactical teams positioned on the 2nd floor of the building. Following these revelations, Congress unanimously passed a bill to enhance the Secret Service protection for presidential candidates, ensuring that they receive the same amount of security as sitting presidents. The investigation's findings, combined with the recent incidents of security threats against Trump, have intensified scrutiny on the Secret Service protocols and coordination efforts. So what? I don't think these findings will be a shock to anyone. While it is highly likely that Trump's security will be very high leading up to the election, increasing security is not going to resolve the aggressive rhetorics seen in US politics. It seems like both parties following this election should try to work together to reduce the tensions and rhetoric within politics in the US as a way of showing a united front against political violence. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed, and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.